Alright, welcome back to another video, and this one's going to be a little different. I feel like a lot of people are asking me about like my characters and how I do certain things, so I thought it'd be a good idea just to do an account overview video of my own account. So today I'm going to go over what heroes I have, kind of the status of my gear, my PvE progression, and an overview of how I'm doing in PvP. And I hope that kind of helps you guys understand where I am in the game. And at the end of the video, I'll also go into how much I spent on packs. I'm definitely a dolphin, but I have spent some money in this game, and I figured I'd do like full disclosure on that to kind of help you guys understand how I got to where I am. So without further ado, let's get started on just the characters. So first, why don't we look at the journal. So I have 126 of 167 heroes, and most of the ones I'm missing are specialty change heroes, which I don't care about, and moonlight heroes, which I obviously do care about, but they're really hard to get. In terms of Nat 5s, I have pretty much every RGB Nat 5 that I actually want. Like, I don't really care about Cez, I don't care about Koana, I don't really care about Violet, not that they're bad or anything. So, honestly, in this game, getting Nat 5s is pretty easy with the whole pity banner system. And I'll go over at the end of the video how much I spent on the game, but honestly, some people complain about how hard it is to get Nat 5s. It really isn't that hard, as long as you're not wasting all your bookmarks on random pulls, which I know a lot of people do. But if you don't burn bookmarks on random pulls, you can usually save up enough to pull on every banner, which is kind of what I do. So let's kind of go over my heroes. Like, I just built Sirmia. Her stats are okay. Some of her equipment's not that great, so she could be improved a lot. But I'm looking forward to doing some Guild Wars. I used her in my last one, but I couldn't record it because it was Valentine's Day. I was out. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like about 20 to 25 6-star heroes. But honestly, I only use like 10 of them. You'll see a lot of them aren't fully awakened. They're using just like trash gear. I'm using them as mules to kind of free up my equipment slots. I do want to build Spectre Tenebria more, but my main core heroes are Sirmia now, although I barely use her. But my core heroes are Tywin, Seaside, Amomo, Charles. They're all heavily mola'd. Basar, Judge Kisei, ML Ken, Fallen Cecilia, Dom, Ken and Tamarin for PvE. Their gear's not that great. And that's about it. And Troublemaker. I use Troublemaker a lot, and my Oxlots is on trash gear. But the thing is, I recommend that you guys pick a handful of heroes and make them really strong. Like, get them plus 10 mullet or higher. Some people make the mistake of having like 50 geared heroes, but they all have average gear, they all have average mola investment, and what ends up happening is their progression is average. It's much better to have a strong core of 5 to 10 really geared out, really invested mola-wise heroes than it is to have a huge kit of random heroes. My opinion is always that it's better to have a fully geared mola'd character than to have a mild counter to something that isn't fully invested in. Now, in terms of my kit, I mean, I have all these 5-star heroes. Many of them are good, like Yufine, Sid, DJ Basar. These are all very good heroes, but I just don't see a place for them yet. If I ever decide to actually use them, I have the dogs for it. I mean, I am swimming in dogs, so I have plenty of dogs if I want them. And you'll notice I also have level 40 maxes of virtually every 4-star in the game. I just keep them in case there's a specialty change, or if they get into the meta somehow, I'll build them and use them. And sometimes I 4-star max multiple of them in case I want to use imprints and use them kind of as 5-star dogs. Below that, it doesn't really matter. It's just mostly fodder and mega phantasms and all that stuff. I have a few unknown slates I'm saving up for something. I mean, I debated putting it into Charles, but I'm waiting for that really godly ML5 that's going to be hard to imprint, and just throw them into that. So that kind of is my character and hero situation. So now I'll talk about the general state of my gear, and let's go to the equipment tab for that. So I have a lot of gear, obviously, but none of them, or I'm not going to say none of them, a lot of it is not really that great. I'd say I have like 4 or 5 heroes that I'm pretty happy with their gear situation. Obviously, the best gear I have is 88 gear. Like, these raid swords, you need to get them. Like, they're best in slot for pretty much everyone in terms of speed set. Like, this one's pretty beastly. It's on Bazaar for some reason, even though it has attack, but that's because I'm very short on speed gear. My main limiting factor on my account is I have really bad speed gear. I've been very unlucky with rolls, so I don't have like 18 speed gear like other people. My best single slot speed gear that isn't boots is like 13, 14 all around, so I can't get like 250 plus speed Bazaars or anything like that. So once I'm done with Banshee, I'm going to switch over to Wyvern and just roll everything until I can get like 16, 17 speed gear in every slot. But my Raid Sword, this one I'm very happy with. My Fallen CC is using this one, I believe. But I have a lot of gear, but none of them are really that amazing. Like, this one's pretty good, I guess. But I have pretty much a lot of decent gear. In terms of godly gear, I mean, I do have a few pieces of godly gear. Like, obviously the Raid Swords are all godly. I do like my hit set amulet. I think it rolled very well. That's the problem with these things, right? They have really good subs, but if they don't roll well, they end up being trash anyway. I really love my where's my Judge Kisei's amulet? It's not this one. No, this one is really good actually. My Judge Kisei uses this. Like, I have a few pieces of very good gear. In terms of godly gear, this one is straight godly. This is my Hellraid counter armor. I don't even have a full counter set yet, but this one, you can just look at it. It's really good. Actually, I have a bunch of really good counter armor, actually. Like, all of these have really good subs, so I'd say those are pretty godly. Rings, my A Momo has a really beast ring. Like, this one, I actually got it from the secret shop, so don't sleep on the secret shop. There's really good gear in there sometimes. In general, and this, my Charles ring that I got from the last automation tower, this one I'm also really happy with. This one ruled really well. Health main stat, attack, defense, 20+% crit damage, 10+% crit chance. That is freaking beast mode. I have like a speed set armor that's kind of similar to that too. That's really good. Yeah, this is my Charles's speed set armor. I think that rolled really great too. So I do have a decent amount of good gear. You're going to notice I have a tremendous amount of like +9 gear. That's usually because I just give up on it because it's okay but not that great. Like, this one I'm like, okay, if I want to build someone with really high effectiveness, this will be pretty good. Effect resist, this will be pretty good. But yeah, the point is my gear is pretty good, but I'm still far behind like the legend players who have like 20 plus gear for every slot. I still have a lot of farming to do. And keep in mind, on my account, I've never bought energy. I've never used energy outside the monthly packs. So all the energy I use is from, like, you see how big my mailbox is because I only use it during events. Yeah, and I still have like 300 plus leaps. So basically, like, when everyone's saying they have energy problems, I don't really know what they're talking about. They must be doing a shit ton of hunts every single day, and clearly I'm not doing that, which may explain why my gear quality isn't as good as some of the other people playing. But I am able to stay in high champion all the time, or low legend, so clearly I'm still doing better than a lot of other people out there. So speaking of that, why don't we go over and talk about my PvP situation right now. Alright, so let's do an overview of my PvP so far. So right now I'm in Legend, I don't know what, 6. I'll definitely be D-ranked. This is rush hour right now, so I'll be D-ranked in like seconds. So usually I end up around Champ 2 or Champ 1, and then by the end of the night when I wake up Monday morning, I'm usually like Champ 3 or 4. But you could check that easily by going to win rate log, so you can see that usually I'm ending in Champion 3, or every single time in the last month I've ended in Champion 3. This is the highest I've gotten. I don't usually get very far because I don't buy arena flags, and my defense here is at 20.6%, so you could see it doesn't do that great. So I can get to Legend pretty easily, but I typically can't stay there because everyone in Legend has better characters and gear than me, and when they see me show up on defense, I think they just pick on me to grind up easy points. So I'm sure within the next hour, I'll be out of Legend and back to Champ 2 or 3 when I wake up. But if you see my Judge Kisei Cleave video, you know what my standard offense team is, and right now I have 2 basic offense teams. my Judge Kisei Cleave, which I do against anything slower than me, which is very rare in Legend, and my slow-ass tank team, which I use to beat solo Bazaar teams. I usually don't attack anything with both a Bazaar and a Seaside Bellona. So next season, maybe I'll try to get top 100. For right now, it's kind of a wash. I'm too far behind. And if you look at their defenses, pretty much everyone has Arbiter Vildred. And the other big problem is that not only do they have Arbiter Vildred, all their Bazaars are usually at least 10, sometimes 30 speed in the case of someone like Denjo, faster than mine, which is only 239. So I can't really compete with most high-tier Legend players in terms of gear. So that's kind of an overview of my Arena account right now. And now let's look at my World Arena. I'm just in Silver. Because there's no rewards, I haven't really been taking this very seriously. I use this to play test new character than mine, which is only 230. But maybe I'll get to Gold just so I'm not Silver scum soon, and I'll record an Arena video where I attempt to get to Gold. But I'll do more videos on that in the future, but for right now, it's hard for me to care because there's no rewards and the matches take anywhere from like 5 to 20 minutes, and I don't want to spend 20 minutes doing this if I get nothing out of it. So if you have any questions about PvP stuff, just leave it in the comments. So on the Guild Wars front, we are currently the top rank, not like top rank of everyone, I mean the top ranking possible, which is Glorious Guardian. Right on the cusp though, because we lost the last one. The main struggle we're having is we're very short-staffed, so most of our top players win all their matches, but the thing is, if we verse any guild that has 28 members, we literally usually just run out of attackers, and we kind of get zerged down. So this is my fortress. My defense is okay, not great, but again, in top tier GBG, everyone gets full cleared anyway. But, you know, I do have occasional failed defenses, but for the most part, I usually hold at least one of the two. So, looks like a few days ago, this guild attacked me up to 7 times and didn't end up cracking me. My attacks, I usually get either 2 successes in a draw or 3 successes. So, Guild Wars, I do pretty good. And also, you guys know that I post most of them online, so you can just watch how I do my Guild Wars if you're interested in that. So finally, I'm going to cover PvE. I don't think there's much to talk about PvE. I mean, I've cleared everything in the game. Abyss has been cleared for a long time. Hunts, I can clear every hunt. You'll notice I never even cleared Hunt Azimatic 10 because I don't care about rage sets, or it does have immunity, but I just don't care about it. But I'm sure I could clear it pretty easily. Hell Raid I do on a weekly basis. I've cleared all of that. So there's not much to say about PvE. I mean, if you're playing the game and like competitively in any sense, like if you're trying to get to the top, you're never going to do it without clearing PvE. I mean, PvE is the easy part of the game. This is my Hell Raid team. This is also my normal raid team. Not a very optimal raid team because from a morale perspective, it's not very good. Like my normal raid team needs 4 clears to clear it. Most people with a decent raid team has 3 clears to clear the whole thing. But again, it's PvE. In any game I've ever played, I don't care about PvE. I used to play WoW competitively, got rank 1 Furious Gladiator one season, and my guild people would always yell at me because I refused to raid with them because I found it really boring, so I never had the best gear. But luckily in WoW, the PvP gear was usually good enough on its own to let you compete, which is obviously not the case in this game. The PvP gear is given like once every 3 months, and usually it rolls like trash anyway. So if you have any questions about my PvE teams, just leave them in the comments, but I don't really think there's much to talk about there. So finally, let's go talk about how much I spent on packs, because some people may think like I'm a whale and that's the only reason I got to where I am. I'll be very blunt and open about how much I've spent in the past year that I've been playing. Alright, so I just went through my Google Play purchase history, and the grand total for my spend in the game is $1,165.47. In the beginning, looks like I was a lot more active about buying stuff than I am now, but I bought like the newbie pack, all the rank up packs, and I was buying all the Moonlight packs back when I thought that was a good deal. If you watch my pack video, you know I don't buy those anymore because I think they're a scam. And I bought like 6 Mystic packs, so enough for 1 ML5. In the past 2 months, I've spent, let's see, about $90 because I bought the Veteran Pack 1 and then 2 months worth of monthly packs. So my spend has gone down significantly because I don't really feel the need to buy packs anymore because, I mean, I have too many bookmarks. It is. You'll see I have 16k crystals and 900 plus bookmarks right now. I skip like every banner lately because I already have all the things that are on the banner. So my spend has gone down significantly from where it was in the beginning, where I like was getting really addicted to the game and I wanted to get all these heroes and I literally had no resources or anything. And I think you're going to find that's the case for everyone. As you progress in the game and you build out your kit, like a lot of the new heroes, their role is similar to something that a hero you already have does. Like if they came out with some kind of like one-shot hero, but you already have Surmi, it's kind of like, we already have a one-shot hero, so do I really need another one? Or if you had Watcher Shuri or something. There's so many heroes in the game already that it's unlikely that a new one is going to have a revolutionary new kit that no other hero can substitute with in some way. So I don't know if you guys would consider that a whale, $1,100. I would say that's like a fraction of what I seem to spend on food every month, so I don't really care about that. And I've been playing for, I mean, it doesn't keep track anymore. There used to be a reputation that keeps track. If you watch my first video about my Judge Kisei cleave, I think it accurately keeps track, but I want to say my friend introduced me to this game when we were hanging out during Independence Day, so around July 2019 is when I started playing this game, and right now it's February 2020, and this is basically the state of my account. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that got you like a sense of how I've progressed in this game, what heroes I have, the general gear quality of my equipment, and basically in the future my aspirations for this game, I guess, is to get a consistent enough arena defense where I can consistently stay in top 100 legend without having to buy like 300 crystals worth of arena flags every week, because I don't really want to do that, and I also don't want to have to pay attention every Sunday night during the rush hour, because honestly I'm usually kind of busy Sunday night, so that would be difficult for me. So I want to make sure my defense is enough where if I play in the morning, it's strong enough where I'm not going to D-rank like 200 ranks by nighttime. So anyways, I think I covered pretty much everything I could. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. I'm usually pretty responsive with everyone who leaves a comment. And hope you enjoyed it. See you later, guys. Peace.